Hello and welcome to Troll Shaman, levels 1 through 8. You can see right away, my recording cut off part of the screen. Hopefully I can walk you through this. Now over here to the right I have Zygor's Guide. Again, no affiliation with them, but I use it to kind of help me point in the right direction while leveling. I also use Tuck UI, and I'm going to hide some of that to keep it out of the way while I level and kind of highlight those spells. So here are the shaman's stats. Real important right off the bat is intellect. Controls how much mana you have, how much damage you do. Spirit, of course, controls how fast your mana regenerates. Haste is important as you level farther. And crit chance, of course, is important. We have some default spells. By default, we can wear cloth and leather. We'll get mail at level 40. Trolls are able to slay beast a lot faster, and we also have this cool berserkering ability where we can increase our haste. We also regenerate health a lot faster, which really helps both in and out of combat. Now right off the bat we just have lightning spell as our first spell, and we're going to take a look at how to use that shortly. Okay, so I joined a guild, and I definitely suggest that if you have the capability using the guild finder or you already know someone on that server, to join a guild, because you can see some of the perks here. Right off the bat, level 2 you can level faster, level 3 you get faster mounts, level 6 is important because it boosts the XP gain to 10%, and level 8 is really important because it knocks your Hearthstone down from 30-minute cooldown to 15. And as shamans at level 30, we're going to get a second spell called Astral Recall, which actually let us have a second Hearthstone. Now here I'm just setting some options in Zygor's that allows me to auto-accept and turn in quests while I'm leveling, which really helps. Obviously, it'll still stop and let you choose what kind of gear you want when you turn in a quest, but it really helps for those quick, easy accept and turn in quests like you see right there. So let's take a look at how we would use Lightning Bolt. I just used the Troll racial ability Berserking, so you can see how much faster I'm casting my Lightning Bolts. It went from 1.5 second cast to 1.2. Now it's back to 1.5, but again, I'm just have to kill 5 things, and right now I literally just have my Lightning Bolt. Now we do start with auto attack, but we'll look at some beefed up melee attacks that we can do in a little bit. So I turn this in, automatically get level 2, which is awesome. You'll get that whether you're in a guild with faster leveling or not if you select a troll, just because of the XP gain. So now we need to kill some tigers, and you can see I get 2 lightning bolts off before he gets within melee range, but the third one killed him. Now by default, auto loot is turned off, and I don't know why, but if you hit escape, go to options, game control, at the very bottom you'll see the auto loot option. Check that, and now whenever you loot something, the items will automatically go in your bag. Okay, so now we have our first melee ability, and that's Primal Strike. Primal Strike really just is an instant melee attack, and really boosts what you can do over auto attacking. So here we've just used Primal Strike, and you can see how much damage that did compared to a normal auto attack. Now it does have what appears to be an 8-second cooldown, so you can't just spam it like you can Lightning Bolt. So it's doing a pretty good job of killing these dummies, but you'll see here in a minute we'll take a look at killing something in real combat with the melee strike, Primal Strike, sorry. So I'm going to pull this boar by using Lightning Bolt, and then use Primal Strike when he gets close enough, and I don't have to move. But you could see that if I just keep using Lightning Bolt, I can actually kill him. Alright, so now we are going over to get our first totem, and that's the Strength of Earth totem. Now, shamans have 4 different elements of totems available. They have Earth, Wind, Water, Fire. And this is our first Earth totem, so let's take a look at what meleeing a target down without our new totem, how long that takes. You can see it takes quite a few swings. So now we'll throw down our Strength of Earth, which improves our strength stats, which just adds more attack for every swing. Really boosts our DPS on melee. And you can see how much quicker that was, at least 2 swings less. So let's go take a look at something in the real world, and here we're just meleeing down this cat and without our Strength of Earth totem. Okay, so not too bad, but now let's throw down the totem and now melee. And you'll see it's even faster. Now, of course you're going to want to use Primal Strike with this. So let's pull with a Lightning Bolt, use Primal Strike with our Strength of Earth totem. It's almost instant death. Now let's try it without Lightning Bolt and just Primal Strike. Almost instant death. Again here, 1 auto attack hit, a Primal Strike, and a couple more auto attacks instead. Alright, so you'll notice here that I'm leveling faster than the game expects me to, and Zygor's asked me if I want to skip to the next guide, which really helps. So I can hit accept and it'll jump right to the next guide. Now it's telling me to get off Troll Island. Now there is a button in there that will actually clean up all my old quests now. So now that I've skipped on to the next guide, it can recognize which quests I don't need anymore and abandon them for me. Again, shortcutting, just cutting out some time. It's not any necessary information. So you'll see down here when you're getting new gear, what I always like to do, at least in the early levels, is just look for anything that has better armor. And if you can't use it, find the one that's going to sell for more money. So here I just picked up this pair of leather pants which boosts my armor, and right-clicking on it to equip it to my character. Now I will admit I got a little lost here. I'm not used to this new troll area, and I'm trying to find my shaman trainer, looking around, and if you don't know, you can now find things by right-clicking on your mini-map, and class trainer is already checked. So now I'm trying to figure out where it is, and there it showed up on my mini-map. I have that blue book icon, and I can kind of get an idea for where it is. I'm still looking. Ah, there she is. Okay, so now I got my first shock, and shocks are great. We have different shocks as well that you'll get as you level up, but this is an instant ability. So I always suggest pulling with a ranged attack first, like Lightning Bolt, then using a shock. You can see here when we use a shock first, the enemy is almost always to us before we're able to pull off our next attack. So try to open with a Lightning Bolt and then pull with shock. Alright, so we've moved on to Durator, and I wanted to show you real quick how to set up a macro. Now this macro here is specifically for the fact that when we Primal Strike, and Primal Strike's off cooldown, the only way to auto attack is to right click something. So I'm going to create a macro that's going to allow me to either Primal Strike, or if it's off cooldown, turn on auto attack. So it's a 1-button melee macro. Now you'll see right off the bat I'm going to call the macro exactly what I want to replace it with, and that's Primal Strike. So I say /cast auto attack and /cast Primal Strike. Now it's not working, and that's because I actually misspelt auto attack. I'm going to check here, and I thought I misspelt Primal Strike, but I didn't. So yeah, so I go back in and I change auto attack from 1 word to 2 words, and it will work. And you'll see that question mark icon is now going to be replaced with the icon for auto attack, and you'll see in a second why it works. Right there, I did Primal Strike, but my icon is still for auto attack. I don't even see, you know, the cooldown for Primal Strike, which is not good, and we're going to see in a second here where I take all day trying to kill this guy melee. So I just did a Primal Strike, but I'm getting no feedback on, and I've assigned it to the second slot on my bar as to when Primal Strike is ready. So I just keep hitting 2, and eventually, there you go, I Primal Striked again. So in order to fix this, what we're going to do is change our macro so that Primal Strike is the first thing that we cast. And again, you can get to macro by using the /command /macro. So now Primal Strike is first, and you'll see that I have Primal Strike as the icon, and there's my cooldown again. But I can hit 2 while it's on cooldown, and it'll still go to auto attack. Alright, so I definitely suggest that when you are starting out leveling, to get 2 gathering professions. There's no point in crafting anything right now. Quest items are probably going to be better. So here I'm getting herbalism, which will show up on my map as little gold circles, and skinning. Now, definitely make sure you have at least 1 silver before you get your professions, which I don't, so I can't actually afford the skinning knife right now. But again, skinning will improve your crit, which is great, and herbalism will give you that lifeblood spell. So I just turned on tracking herbs, and you'll see it shows up as that little gold circle on my mini-map. And just right-click on some herbs and auto-loot it to your bags. And we'll look at setting up a bank alt, but now I got to go buy my skinning knife because, again, I didn't have the funds previously. And you'll notice I have this little add-on with that piece of gold up in the right-hand corner of the vendor that will auto-sell any gray items for me whenever I go to a vendor, which is awesome. So I auto-sold some stuff, sold some more stuff, and bought my skinning knife. So I actually killed 2 scorpions before this and realized I didn't have a skinning knife. And you'll see once you kill a beast that's skinnable, you can actually skin it, which a lot of people like better than mining or herbalism because it's like I kill it, I gather it. You know, I don't have to go around looking for dots. But definitely get 2, and now you can mix and match. Before, you couldn't track mining and herbalism at the same time, but with Cataclysm you can, and that's great because now, again, there's no differentiating between them until you hover over them, but you can see herbalism and mining spots on your minimap. So here's a great situation. You can see with my add-on, it tells me that the staff is 47 copper and the bow is 20, and I can't use either of these. I'd rather keep my mace and my shield. So I'm going to choose the staff because I can sell it and get more copper right away. Now, you can employ this tactic whether it's on low-level gear for a few copper or high-level gear where it's a few gold difference. So you can see I'm really starting to rank stuff up. Do not sell any cloth, leather, herbs, or mine ore because we're going to send that to our bank alt. And my next video will actually be about setting up a bank alt, what the benefits are, and how to really utilize it so you never have to beg for gold. Alright, so at level 7 we get our first healing spell, and that's Healing Wave. And we're not healing anything right now, but we can take a look at how to utilize this in the real world to literally stay alive longer. Now, I'm going to try to pull 2 scorpions here, but since I'm near the town, they're going to try to kill them for me. But you can see here my health is getting low. I heal myself back to full health, and I'm sure that scorpion's just pissed off at me. But I'm going to grab this scorpion here, get him to come with me, and Earth Shock that one to bring him over. Now, I'm trying to demonstrate the fact that I'm multi-targeting, but the trolls have taken care of the first one for me. But you can see now I'm already below half health. So the first thing I'm going to do is heal myself. I heal myself back up to about 75%. Go back down, keep healing the entire time meleeing down my first target. So now I'm meleeing the second target. I heal myself, Earth Shock him, and Primal Strike, and he's dead. So before I had that healing spell, I would have been dead. I wouldn't have been able to kill more than one of those scorpions before I died. Alright, so we're level 8 now, and now we get one of the other important aspects of a shaman, and that's our shields. Now, this is our lightning shield, which will do damage anytime someone attacks us. Now, you will constantly be turning your shields on and off. I'm sorry, they'll be constantly dropping off, and you're going to be reapplying them. Now, Lightning Shield has 3 balls of lightning that'll surround you. And anytime someone attacks you, as you'll see here, right now we have 3, but watch it drop down to 2, and he just caused damage to himself. And now it's dropped down to 1. He hits me again, and the UI warns me that my Earth Shield's dropped and reapplied. Now you can see there, I pulled him with an Earth Shock, and my Lightning Shield did the rest for me. I was literally just meleeing him. But you could see how using a pull, and look at that. That was so quick. So that's it for levels 1 through 8. Level 10 is coming soon.